Good evening, friends, and welcome to day 201 of Poem a Day for 2026. It's Monday. It's been a very Monday. I'm filming late. It's about 10 past 8 now. Apologies. And I've been doing lots of cat admin. Getting some prescriptions sorted for Cass. He's fine. Just flea treatment and some Loxicon, which is anti-inflammatory. Helps with he's got some stiffness in his back legs. Just helps him be a little bit more spry. But I've also been trying to befriend a cat who keeps hanging around outside and yowling mournfully. He's been coming around on and off for quite a while. Very cute ginger fella. I say fella because something like 80% of ginger cats are male. So I'm making an informed assumption. He's got a collar, but he's always outside. And he's limping quite a lot, and I'm concerned. My friend who helped me take Cass to the vets last month works with a shelter, a cat shelter sanctuary thing. And she has a chip scanner. So I am on befriending duties to try and make a connection with the old boy. On his collar he does have he has a dangly disc, so I'm hoping maybe there's some information on there. But if I can befriend him to the point that he will come to me, then I can contact my friend. She'll come over with her scanner. Well, she'll come and drop it over, and hopefully I'll be able to scan him and see if he's got a home. I suspect that he may have ended up here somehow by accident, and he can't figure out how to get home. I'm hoping that somebody hasn't moved out and left him, but I've seen it happen before, so yeah. But let's talk poetry. Sorry, big yawn. Monday. Brief one today. 20th of July. We have Morning Song by Sara Teasdale. And our blurb reads as follows. On 20th of July 1969, the American Apollo 2 spacecraft, carrying astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, safely landed on the moon. Armstrong became the first man to set foot on the moon's surface. This poem depicts the moon one morning, seemingly alone in the sky. So this is Morning Song by Sara Teasdale. A diamond of a morning waked me an hour too soon. Dawn had taken in the stars and left the faint white moon. O white moon, you are lonely. It is the same with me, but we have the world to roam over. Only the lonely are free. I must admit, when I saw mention of the moon landing, I got goosebumps. Probably can't see them, my camera's not that good, but yeah, they're still very much there. I can't even begin to imagine that the full goosebumps all over my head. Imagine what it must have been like in 1969, being huddled around the TV, as people would have been at that time, and watching Armstrong step out onto the moon. Just one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Seeing that weightless step, just unfathomable. And still, we know more about space than we do about the ocean. Just, which is incredible and terrifying, I think, in equal measure. Um, just, when I'm sat here working, I often get lost looking out of the window, whatever the weather, just because whether it's a clear, crisp blue day, or sweltering blue day as it has been recently, just that wide expanse of blue sky that goes on seemingly forever, or if it's sort of puttered with fluffy clouds that sort of swish and move in the breeze, or if it's pouring absolute buckets, torrents, cats and dogs, every simile and metaphor you can find, men maybe even, and it's so noisy but so peaceful at the same time. And on very rare occasions, it's absolutely hammering it down, but there's not a sound. Because there's literal frozen water deluging from the sky, but each particle weighs nothing. Snow. And all of this just from there. I just... unfathomable. It brings me back to what I was saying the other week about how in the best possible way, we're kind of insignificant. We are in the same space, literally, in the galaxy, where thousands of millions of years ago the Earth stood. Before dinosaurs. That's like my new favourite fact. I think finding out like massive science things is somehow helping to balance my brain. It's when I'm not feeling so good about myself, everything becomes very inward and focus all of the negativity on myself. And like the rejection sensitive dysphoria does that really, really bad. It's like, well, everybody hates you for reasons X, Y, and Z. And by focusing on, or by trying to focus on at least, the unending expanse of the sky and all of the many things it can offer us, the unknowable ocean beneath us, and the gently swishing, rustling trees around me that have likely been here for maybe a century or more, and we'll see probably more again. It helps to kind of pry open the shell a little bit and focus that lens away from myself a bit. Doesn't necessarily fix things, but if I'm not staring at the bad bit, then it's a distraction. That's what I'm trying to say. A welcome distraction, and it lights up something in my brain, almost a childlike wonder. And it's a childlike wonder teamed with an adult awareness and or understanding, as much as someone unqualified to study these things can understand. But yeah, just in case you might need any tips on how to pull yourself away from yourself a little bit. I'm gonna go and feed the cats and feed myself, and I think I might get straight into bed with my dinner. Dinner in bed is something I'm a big, not necessarily a big fan of, but it's something I do a lot because I eat really late. A lot. But I think I might actually use it as a treat this evening. And yeah, treat myself to dinner in comfort and maybe watch a movie on my tablet. And yeah, the cats will come and join me. And yeah. And sometimes that's how self-care looks. Until tomorrow, my friends. Here's hoping that when we get down to it, we all have a very good night.